last video was getting a little bit long, so I decided to split it into 2 pieces. I saw a little bit of lumber, and if you've been following along the channel, you've probably seen some of this before, but this is my custom LT10 Woodmizer sawmill. The way these mills come is 2 sections of this track right here. So factory length would be right here. You saw about a 10-foot, 12-foot log maybe on them. I ordered it with an extra section of track, then I built a running gear, put an axle under it. Then 10 years later, the old worn out 9 horsepower Briggs & Stratton that was on it, I decided to replace it, and got a lot of walnut dust on it right now, but replaced it with the 420 13 horsepower Predator, complete with a GM style 1-wire alternator to power all of the power options I added, which is automatic head height control. Got switches here for controlling the head height, and also it has got a automatic feeder on it, which require a lot of juice, so that's why I put the alternator on there. For the forward and reverse, same deal. They both operate off of Harbor Freight winches. The top one is just a standard winch. It's just winching cable in and out. The side one, you can kind of see here. It's actually the same Harbor Freight winch, covered in sawdust right now, bad lands. But I took the spindle off and turned it down on the lathe, made a sprocket for it, and when I say made, I bought the pieces and welded them together. Idler sprockets, and that's how that works. Chain just runs from front to rear. So both of the power options are run off Harbor Freight winches, and I have pulse width modulators in here that control the speed. And if you want to know more about how all this stuff went together, I got a whole series on sawmilling that you can go back and check out. But yeah, that's pretty much how everything about it. I built the overhead swivel arm system that carries my cables. There's like, I think it's 4 gauge or 2 gauge, I can't remember, wire inside of this loom that carries the power from the battery back to the pulse width modulators, back to the winches. And that's pretty much all there is to it. And here lately, since I've finally gotten caught up a little bit on the farm work, I was getting really behind on my custom sawmilling. I've had quite a few people bring logs and drop them off for me to saw, so I'm going to just kind of show y'all some sawmilling today. I'm going to be sawing some 1x6s for a gentleman that's, I believe he is putting board and batten on a barn with them. Just got through, don't judge me on my stacking because the stack fell over when I was moving it with the forklift, but I just got through sawing some beautiful black walnut for a guy. He's actually got a really cool YouTube channel too called DIY Wouldn't You, WOODNT. Check him out. But this black walnut was sawed for him. A lot of live edge stuff, 5/4 and 10/4, all of it. Some real pretty wood, some nice pieces. I like when you get a little bit of the sapwood on there. I don't know how that stuff acts when it dries, but I guess that's why it's 10/4, so you can plane a 1/2 inch off. But yeah, kind of made a mess when the stack turned over on the forklift, but beautiful wood nonetheless. So I'm gonna get some blade lube in this sucker and get it fired up and show you what it's all about. The way I found is a good clean jug and you drill a hole just the size of the hose in the top, and it works really good for filling coolant in the sawmill. For coolant, I use Dawn's a little bit expensive. Dawn works great, but I use some palm olive and some water. That's all I use for blade lube. And let's see, I've sawed 5 or 6 pine logs with this blade so far, and you can see there is absolutely nothing on it but a little bit of residual rust, no tar buildup. So the palm olive evidently works equally as well as the Dawn. guys, well, I haven't sawed a ton this evening, but it's already 7 o'clock, even though it's sun's still high in the sky. So I've got some other things that I've got to take care of before I can go home for the day. So I appreciate you watching, and I will see you next time.